What's up, everybody? It's theRCLman here. Welcome to another episode of the RCL Podcast, a weekly podcast where I read your comments. I'll tell you how the channel did this past week, and this week we'll talk about video game news. I haven't done video game news in quite a while on this podcast, but if you're interested, go to youtube.com/theRCLman and subscribe, like, follow, you know, all that good stuff. But let's go ahead and get into the first comment. The first comment is very interesting today. Okay, now it's actually a couple weeks old. Normally I try and keep them current, but this one's a couple weeks old. This one is on the free pizza video. Well, not really video, more of a stream. Well, it was a stream. And it is from mrbeast, quote unquote. The reason I say quote unquote is because after doing some digging, after digging around in his profile, and you know, I've had some people on the Discord server also confirm it is not the real mrbeast. And if I go through now, it's actually been deleted. So no actual mrbeast, but it had the logo and everything. Said mrbeast commented cool. So at first I was like, oh my gosh, mrbeast. Freaking what? Like, you know, because he does those videos where he'll like go to a streamer and like donate, you know, $1,000 or whatever. And that'd be crazy if that would happen. But alas, 'twas not the actual mrbeast. 'Twas a fake beast, and he should be, I don't know. It was still a decent experience. You know what I mean? But let's get into the video game news stuff here. Just two things today. Two things. Number one, they released, I guess, a picture of the new PS5 controller, and I'm not down with it, man. I'm not down with it. You know what I mean? I enjoy the PlayStation 4 controller, PlayStation 3, PlayStation 2. It's all the same, right? Why mess with perfection, right? The new one looks more like an Xbox controller. It's like white, and it's got this weird like V thing here, and I don't know, man. It's like wider. I don't know. Like I enjoyed the PS4 controller. I wish that I could use the PS4 controller on my Xbox. That's how much I like it. So I really hope there's some kind of like backwards compatibility, or like some way that you could just use the PS4 controller with the PS5, or I don't know. It really depends on if you're a PlayStation or an Xbox person. For me, the Xbox controller has always felt a bit like wide in my hands. So me personally, I prefer the PlayStation, as I've said. But yeah, so new PlayStation controller. Sound off in the comments if you approve or disapprove, or if you even care at all. The next thing here, though, I want to talk about is today there's a new update in Fallout 76, the Wastelanders update, which adds NPCs, something that has been absent from the game since it was born, since it got put out. There's been no NPCs, so I'm very interested to see what that's gonna look like. I think the game has gone too far at this point, and it's not really going to be saved. Even NPCs, I don't think it's going to change many people's opinions about it, or like a lot of people feel kind of so betrayed by everything that happened that they probably don't want to go back and try it. But I'm going to pop back in, see what the NPCs do, you know, to the game, see if it changes anything. Who knows? Maybe it'll pull a No Man's Sky, and it'll be just the greatest Fallout since Fallout 4. You know, well, it's the only Fallout since Fallout 4, but unless you count Fallout Shelter. I don't know. But anyway, yeah, so I'm going to go check out Fallout 76. I might do that on Thursday stream. I don't know. But do you guys, you know, in the comments, anybody play Fallout 76, enjoy Fallout 76? Would you go back just because they're NPCs? Let me know. So let's get to the next comment here. The next comment is from Vic1224, and he says, oh, this was on the There Is No Game. So he actually requested that I play There Is No Game, do a Let's Play in it. And so I did. There was no game. And that's what his comment says. It says, where is the game? You are correct, sir. There is no game in that game. It was actually okay. It was a little short, but you know what? What's to be expected with something that has no game? You know what I mean? It was okay, though. I do find that videos like that, the ones that have like an actual Let's Play, like a classic Let's Play, if that's what you want to call it, don't do as well as Rec Room videos. So I'm still going to try and do them, but probably to a lesser extent. I don't know. We'll just have to see what happens here. But yeah, that was the next comment here. I want to get into some reviews. I've seen some stuff. I've played some stuff over the past week, and I want to, I guess, kind of give my take on if it was good, if it was bad, all that stuff. So first off, there's this movie called Parasite. Okay, now I think it won like a whole bunch of awards, and it was like super great, and it's a Korean movie, but it won a bunch of awards. And so I listened to some podcasts where people were like, "Oh, this is a really great movie, and it's it's super great, and blah blah blah." And so I was very curious to watch it, and I did. It was all right. It was all right. I think it was that situation where everybody hyped it up so much that when I watched it, it was like, oh, well, it wasn't as great as everybody made it out to be. You know what I mean? But it was still a pretty good movie. For a movie where the entire time I had to read the subtitles down here, it was actually pretty good. You know what I mean? And it had kind of a concept. I don't know if I've actually seen like that. I don't want to spoil it for anybody if you want to watch it. But it had kind of an idea that I didn't see coming at all, because with a name like Parasite, you think like a horror movie or something, right? And I guess in some respects you could say it ended up being that way, but it's an interesting movie. I don't think it was like super great, but it was okay. You know what I mean? It was just interesting. I guess it was a new experience in watching a foreign film, one that was shot pretty well, and I mean, very, I guess, an Americanized foreign film. Or maybe I just have no experience with foreign films, so I just don't know. But anyway, and then the next thing here is Journey to the Savage Planet. It was added to Xbox Live, or Xbox Game Pass this past week. So I had seen a couple Let's Plays in it, and I never really had a huge interest in buying it. When I saw it on the Xbox Game Pass, I checked it out, man. It's a pretty good game. It's a single player. Well, no, you could do co-op, but basically, it's a very, how do I say this? It's not linear, but it's not open. It is open world, but it's kind of linear at the same time. And there's like no like online. You can do co-op, but there's no like online multiplayer aspect of it. It's just kind of like run around on this alien planet. If you've ever seen Ratchet and Clank, it kind of feels like that. It kind of feels like a Ratchet and Clanky type game, except for it's first person and you're shooting, and it's like, well, you shoot in Ratchet and Clank, but how do I explain it? God, you land on this strange planet. It's got these wacky things, like it plays these wacky futuristic commercials. There's one of them that's a tissue that you put in your nose and you like pull it out your ear, and it'll like wipe all the bad feelings from your brain. So if you're feeling sad, you can just put it in your nose and like pull it out your ear, and you won't feel sad anymore. Like wacky stuff like that, or like if you have any food left over from your meat, you can like stick it in this thing, and it'll make a little meat friend that'll call you mommy. Like, so it's really weird and wacky, but at the same time pretty fun to play. And you play through it, you get upgrades and everything. It was actually pretty good, but I don't think it's not a game that I think has a lot of staying power. Like once you, like, not replayability, you know what I mean? Like you could play it once and then that's it. There's no other experience to have with it, but still an awesome game. I personally enjoy those. So Journey to the Savage Planet, you get a 7 out of 10. No, you get an 8 out of 10 because you're a good game. Of course, there's always room for improvement, but, pretty good game. Go check it out if you guys get a chance. So, let's get to the next comment here. Next comment is from Lucas Galvao, I think that's how you say it. And this was on the Beat Saber Change Your Color update video from a while ago. And he said, question. Why would someone dislike this? I'm assuming, why would somebody dislike it, right? My assumption as to why somebody would dislike one of my videos is because I did not help them find the information that they were looking for, or there's a very small possibility that it was somebody who has a personal problem with moi. You know what I mean? But there's only like 2 people I know who could do that. So that's the 2 possibilities. Or somebody just didn't like the quality of the video. I mean, it is shot on PSVR, which is only 720p, so maybe somebody just didn't like that. I don't know. But good question. Why would somebody dislike a video? I don't know, man. Okay, so now we're going to move on to the channel update stuff, you know what I mean? How did we do in the past week on this channel? Well, 779 subscribers, so I think that was up 30. I believe it was 30 from last week. So hell yeah, man, we're still up there at 30. You know what I mean? Honestly, when we started this week, after the boom from last week, I thought this week wasn't going to be nearly as high. I mean, yeah, it did go down, But 30 is still an amazing number. Like a couple weeks ago when we hit 30 for the first time, I was like, wow, you know what I mean? So it's really awesome to have 30 new subscribers in a week. Like, I'm going to hit 800 probably by the end of next week. Hopefully. I don't want to jinx myself, but hopefully. I don't know. So that's really awesome. Thank you to everybody who did subscribe this week. Hopefully we can just keep on going. You know what I mean? Let's see. As far as the subscriber number, I do... Sorry, let me start over. As far as the grade this week, I'm going to go C plus B. C plus... let's go C plus. Okay. C plus, the number went down, so it's only 30 compared to 36 from last week. But that's not a bad thing. It's just lower. But I will say that this week I put out, I think, more videos than I have in the past couple weeks. We'll talk about it later, about how I want to schedule this out and see if I can keep this schedule going, because I think I found a good way to do this. But we'll talk about that later. So, number of videos I put out, the streams, and then I did the podcast and 3 other videos, so that's great. That's a great number of videos this week. Typically, I can only get out 1 or 2. So to put out 4 plus the 3 streams, that's awesome. And then viewers on the streams themselves, I think it was 4 on one, and then I skipped Thursday, and then 6 on the other. So not 7 like it was a couple weeks ago, but not 4 like it was a couple weeks ago. So we're in between. So C plus we'll go for. Okay, next comment we've got here is from Disco Bear. Was it Disco Bear 6405? This is from the Batman Arkham Knight video. Oh my gosh. Well, I'll talk after I do that. But the Batman Arkham Knight Part 1. And he said, he's tripping balls, in quotation marks. A legend was born, RCL told me. So, yeah, I think on my channel, this is labeled as the first thing I put out, even though it's definitely not. There was some stuff beforehand. But yeah, so he commented on that, and then I went back and watched it because I haven't watched that video in such a long time, and I sound so different. My attitude is different. The volume on the mic and everything is so weird. It's so crazy to go back and watch that old video and be like, wow, that was where I started. But the first thing I say in that video is he's tripping balls because a guy gets hit with the fear gas, the scarecrow gas, and he ends up tripping balls. So that's what I said. It's crazy to go back and watch that video, man, because again, the mic quality is horrible because I didn't have a good mic, and the volume's all messed up, and my voice is so different, my demeanor is so different. It's crazy, dude. Let's see here. Oh, so like I said earlier, I want to try and do a schedule now, and we're gonna see if I can stick to this. It really depends on if I have the amount of content to fill it. But Tuesday podcast, right? Wednesday, Thursday, Friday streams, Saturday, Sunday, Monday videos. I'm gonna try and do that, and I'm gonna try and do let's see, Saturday Rec Room video. What's after Saturday? What's after Sunday? Something else, something kind of let's play, actual let's play video. And then what's after Sunday? Monday do another Rec Room. That way it's Rec Room, regular Rec Room, let's play Rec Room. And then hopefully it just depends, like I said, if I have the content, the time to make the content to match that. You know what I mean? And I really hope that I do. We'll just have to see, what all happens. But that's the plan for now. Videos on Tuesday, Saturday, Sunday, Monday. And then streams on Wednesday, Thursday, Friday. We'll just have to see. You know what I mean? I've started to go through on Discord, there's a server there that's video ideas. So I've started to go through that and delete things I've already done or things I've already tried. The next thing I'm going to try would be SCP containment. I have to find that. I know it's free, just download it. So I'm gonna try that. I typically don't like scary games, but it's been requested, so we're gonna try that. And then one of the first ones requested was Arizona Sunshine, and I think I have enough money to buy that, so we're gonna try that as well. That'll be coming within the next couple weeks, but it is what it is. Oh yeah, and I do have some ideas for Rec Room stuff I want to do. They might be a little bit weird and different from what I typically do, but we're gonna try them. Okay, I don't want to reveal exactly what they are yet. Okay, all right. And then the last comment for tonight's podcast is gonna be from Grenade Spammer, And this is on the theme park video that I just put out this week. That's actually kind of old, but that was a redo. Like, I did it once and then I came back and did it again. Let's see here. He says, if you get sick in VR theme park, God, I can't imagine you going on a real one. That's so true, man. You know what I mean? When I was younger, I used to get on roller coasters, I used to ride boats, I used to do all that stuff. And as I've gotten older, now I get freaking motion sickness all the time. Not in VR, surprisingly, unless it's something like that theme park thing. But if I get on a roller coaster, I'll get sick after a little bit. If I go on a boat, I get sick almost immediately. If I look at my phone while I'm driving or while I'm in a car not driving, like if I'm driving, I'm fine. If I'm not driving in a car and I look at my phone or a book or something, I get sick immediately. I mean, I don't throw up, I just feel nauseous. So it sucks to get older, man. You know what I mean? But it is what it is. And then, you know, but I'll usually take some like seasick medicine or something if I know that I'm going to be put in a situation where that happens. Anyway, everybody, that's it for the RCL podcast this week. If you did like it, make sure to like and subscribe and all that good stuff. We'll be back next week. Have a good day, everybody. RCL Man out.